Welcome back, Budgeteers. Coach Nino Villa here, disciple of Christ, husband, father, and financial coach. And today on the New Money Habits podcast, I want to talk to you about Christmas in July. Hey there, Budgeteers. The new year is here, and you know what that means. It's time for fresh starts and new habits. If one of your goals is to get better with your money, New Money Habits has exactly what you need to kick things off right: the Payday Power Planner. This isn't just any budget tool. The Payday Power Planner is designed to work with your pay periods, not just the calendar month. Why does that matter? Because it helps you to see exactly when your money is coming in and going out. No surprises, no guesswork. With the Payday Power Planner, you'll know if you're working with a surplus or facing a deficit, so you can make informed decisions about your money. It's not just a plan, it's the clarity and control you've been looking for to start the new year strong. Make this the year you finally build new habits for financial freedom. Grab your free Payday Power Planner from New Money Habits today and take the first step toward a better financial future. Visit newmoneyhabits.com now, because this year it's time for a better plan for your money. So every now and again we hear this expression, Christmas in July, and you might be thinking, wait a minute. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Christmas is a number of months away, 5 to be exact. But nowadays, I like to remind all of my clients in the month of July that we need to start planning for Christmas and holiday budgeting. So I figured I will do that here too, and remind you as listeners that it is time to be thinking about Christmas. Now, if you're anything like me, you have woken up this morning and thought to yourself, I cannot believe it is whatever day, whatever month you are listening to this. But if it is July and you're thinking, wow, this year, 2025 has kind of flown by. And I know a number of years ago, I thought to myself, I don't want to be one of those people who constantly joins meetings or what have you, and always commentate on, oh, I can't believe it's this month already, or I can't believe it's that month already. So I won't necessarily say I cannot believe it's July already, but I will tell you that in 2025, I feel like ever since about April, I wake up, it's the first of whatever month, and before I know it, it's the 20th of that month. And so this year, just like every year, seems to be going by faster and faster. But I seem to be skipping like 3 weeks at a time. It's a little bit baffling. And so if you're anything like me, you just feel like, man, where's the time gone? And so all the more reason to be thinking about planning for Christmas now. Let's get thinking about that plan so that Christmas doesn't just kind of sneak up on us yet again. It's interesting how that works too. We know when Christmas is. It's December 25th every single year. Now, the day of the week that might fall on may change. And so we have to kind of look at a calendar and say, hey, what day of the week is that? But we know that December 25th is going to come on the 25th day in the month of December. Just it's kind of how that works. And so I want you to have complete control of Christmas this year. And one of the ways we can do that is we can just plan for it. And there's a very specific way we will get into how to plan for that. But before I get into that, we are also going to challenge our patrons in the month of July to create a Christmas and holiday budget. So if you're not over on Patreon yet, go join us there, patreon.com/New Money Habits. But we have a challenge this month, and we have all the tools and resources you're going to need to participate in that challenge. And everything we're going to talk about today is over there on Patreon. So go check us out. The monthly challenges are free. It's, become a free member and you can participate in the monthly challenge. If you want more accountability and if you want additional resources, well, check out our membership tiers and choose the one that's going to be right for you. On a recent episode, I talked about the need for us to go from a buy now, pay later mentality to a plan now, buy later mentality. And this is going to allow you to exercise that specific approach. By planning for Christmas in July, you are planning now, buying later. And so we have a structured approach to help you do that. A 6-step process that's going to help you to plan now and buy later and take advantage of all the deals along the way. So let me start off by sharing a personal story that will hopefully help you frame how to even think about and approach the holiday season and Christmas budgeting. I come from a very large family. I am the 8th of 11. I have 6 brothers and 4 sisters. Now, a lot of that is blended, no steps, a lot of halves, and one full-blooded living sibling. And because we're all adults, we don't buy for each other. They don't all end up on my Christmas list every year. Some do, some don't, and maybe under different circumstances for different situations. Somebody might be on one year and not on another year. And this is not, it has nothing to do with, oh, we're not getting along, so I don't buy for you. Oh, you're my favorite, so I buy for you. It's none of that. It's just an adult intentionality that goes into planning for Christmas. There is one sibling that for the past 15 years has always been on the Christmas list. And the reason she's been on the Christmas list is 1, she's local. 2, she's heavily involved in our children's lives. And so even if I'm not buying for my sister, my kids are buying for their aunt in that situation. Now, that doesn't mean that she's my favorite sister or that she's my children's favorite aunt. Again, that has nothing to do with the relationship dynamic in that way. It has to do with being intentional about who we are going to buy for and who makes it on the list. Now, all the siblings can be on the Christmas card list, right? We're going to send a Christmas card to everybody, but who we may buy additionally for is going to depend on, are we visiting? So are we going to a particular destination, or are people coming here? And so there's going to be the ability to spend time together and celebrate together. And so maybe they are then a part of the Christmas spend. But if we're not going to their location, they're not coming to our location, then it's unlikely that I'm going to buy for them. And again, that is just, we're all adults. Nobody's feelings are hurt, but maybe that will help you to reframe how you yourself think about Christmas. Again, with as many siblings as I have, they're spread out all over the country. So it's not as if I'm going to see all of them any given year. I have a sister in Connecticut. I have a sister in Las Vegas. I have brothers in Dallas. I have brothers in Buffalo. I have a brother in Maryland. So we are all over the place. And since a lot of those are half siblings, it's not as though we are all getting together. If we were all getting together in a particular year, well, then the Christmas budget would include all of them. Hopefully that helped you to just kind of reframe the idea around who you should even be considering when it comes Christmas time. Because sometimes the reason I even bring it up is I know that for me, I have felt in the past a sense of obligation or guilt around not buying for everybody or not participating with everybody. And so I just want to help you to kind of squash that. The other thing that's great about doing Christmas in July is any emotion that's normally tied to Christmas, like obligation or guilt, doesn't exist right now. In July, it doesn't exist. You're not feeling guilty. You're not feeling obligated. And so it allows you to approach your Christmas budget in a very level-headed, logical way rather than emotional. In other episodes, I've shared about how our behaviors are fueled by our emotions. So I won't necessarily get into that, but keeping in mind that your beliefs trigger emotions and those emotions drive your behaviors, that chain reaction, if we can eliminate the emotion right now and keep ourselves level headed, and what we think about Christmas, we challenge early enough that we're not being driven by emotion, then we'll be driven by intentionality. And so that becomes the benefit of doing Christmas in July. Let's make the plan now, and then let's just work the plan between now and December. There is a 6-step process. We'll get into that in just a moment. Hey there, budgeteers. You know, good news can only be good news if there's bad news. So, what's the bad news? The bad news is you and I have a deadly disease called sin, and this disease causes us to rebel and disobey God. See, God is holy, righteous, and just, and He cannot be in the presence of sin. So this horrible disease of ours separates us from the God who created us. And the bad news gets worse. There isn't anything you or I can do to make ourselves right with God. We are dead in our sins and on our way to an eternity separated from God. But that's not God's will for us. See, for God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish but have everlasting life. God did what only God could do. He made a way for us to be reconciled to Him through Jesus Christ. Jesus came into the world to save sinners like you and me. While we were still sinners, storing up God's anger against us for our rebellion and disobedience, Christ died for us. Jesus took the punishment that you and I deserve and have earned. Jesus is the substitute for your punishment and mine. Now, isn't that some good news? The word gospel means good news. The gospel of Jesus Christ is that you and I broke God's law and Jesus paid the fine. When we place our faith and trust in Jesus, we get to experience God's grace and mercy. Our gratitude should turn us from our rebellious and disobedient sin toward God, seeking after Him and His righteousness. When we do, God gives us a new heart and a new mind. Praise God for His goodness, and remember, God loves, humans sin, Jesus saves. Okay, so there's a 6-step process that we have for helping you to create and manage your Christmas budget now. Not only are we doing the challenge over on Patreon, we have additional tools and resources. If you download the Payday Power Planner Plus, the Plus has a Christmas planner built into it so that you can start to identify and work this process. But here are the 6 steps. Number 1, identify who gets gifts. You are going to go through your entire list of people that you want to buy for, and you're going to list them on a piece of paper or in a spreadsheet, or however you want to do that. But identify who. And as I shared in my own personal story, that doesn't mean everybody. I want you to focus on meaningful gift giving and not that obligatory spending. I don't want you to feel obligated. I want you to sit down, think about the people in your life that you want to be gracious to and generous to, and who you want to give gifts to. And I want you to list those people as part of your Christmas budget. And depending on what stage of life you're in, this can look very different. If you're a young single person, this might be giving gifts to friends in your own age group, maybe your parents, maybe some nieces and nephews. It just kind of depends. But as you age, the adult to adult gift giving doesn't have to be automatic. I know that in my circles, as everybody aged and started having kids, you'd focus on more of like a Secret Santa around these adults are buying for those kids. So instead of adults buying for adults, it was just, hey, let's make sure that the kids have spectacular Christmases. And so adults are buying for kids. We don't have to worry about adults buying for adults. So again, this stuff doesn't have to be an obligation. It doesn't have to be automatic. It doesn't have to, you don't have to start feeling guilty because somebody's not on the list. So, number one, identify who gets gifts, put them on the list. So, you're making a list and you're checking it twice. Going to find out who is naughty and nice. All right, number two, I want you to list every event or activity you want to participate in. Around Christmas, there may be activities that you want to do. Here in Phoenix, a lot of people go up north to Williams, Arizona for the Polar Express, a really cool train ride where they sing and they serve cookies and hot chocolate. An event like that, an activity like that needs to make its way on your Christmas list, on your Christmas budget. Perhaps you are doing a family newsletter or Christmas cards. And so you need to budget for, we're going to take photos and get the cards printed. And maybe you want to participate in some type of baking activity. And so you got to buy the ingredients for that. Or you're going to bring food to somebody's place. And so you got to account for that. Or maybe you're going to participate in a gift exchange. And so that's not necessarily who you're buying for, but an activity you're participating in, like a white elephant gift exchange or a Secret Santa. All of these activities and events need to make it on the list as well. Number three of our 6-step process is you're going to now put a dollar amount next to every person's name who you're going to buy for and every event or activity you want to participate in. And this is how we're going to begin to build the actual budget. By listing a dollar amount next to everybody's name, you're going to be able to tally that in step 4. But before we tally it, I want you to really start to think about how generous do you want to be before it becomes detrimental, before it becomes uncomfortable. Again, I want to lean on the fact that we are doing this in July. We have months to go. And so we get to eliminate any emotion around guilt or shame, feeling like, well, I waited too long, I procrastinated, I wasn't as thoughtful as I wanted to be, so I'm going to kind of throw some money at gift giving to this person. Well, let's not do that. If you need an example, here's what we do. My wife and I, we list everybody. And adults, there is a preset limit for adults, and there's a preset limit for children. And it normally adjusts upwards each year for inflation. But lately, it has been, there is a $50 maximum for adults, and there's a $25 maximum for children. Now you get to define adult and children. For us, 18 and older, adult, 17 and younger, child. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean every single person, but that's at least our starting point. Adult, $50, child, $25. Our own children are not included in the $25. Gift exchanging for one another as adults is not included in the $50. And so it's just a starting place. If you're looking for an example, it's a starting place. But I want you to list the amount that you're willing to spend on each person before it becomes too much. Maybe you put grandma on the list and you already have some gift ideas, or maybe you don't, but you put $50. And that $50, it sounds limiting, but it's actually freeing. It's actually going to free your mind to think about a more meaningful, a more thoughtful gift. I have a limit. I want to stay within that limit. How can I be thoughtful about my gift giving. So log a dollar amount next to every person's name and every event that you want to participate in. So step number 4 is now you're going to tally those costs. Let's total all of those numbers together. And this is your real Christmas budget. This is not just gift money, like gift giving, right? We've now included events and activities, and this is our real Christmas budget. And on that list, I didn't mention it before, but on that list might be travel. And so you have to budget for that as well. But there's another way to budget for traveling. I've done episodes on it before. In the Payday Power Planner Plus, there's also a travel planner that outlines exactly the steps that you need to be thinking about when it comes to traveling any time of year. So now that we have the total cost of our Christmas budget, the good news is we got time. The good news is we have time. We're doing this in July. We have 5 months. But I want you to target Thanksgiving. In step number 5, you're going to count how many paychecks you have between now and Thanksgiving. Why Thanksgiving? Because of Black Friday. Because of a little bit of time, a month ahead of time. Right? It gives you a month to take advantage of the deals and go shopping if you haven't already, because you can shop between now and then. Absolutely. But step number 5 is you're going to count the number of paychecks you have between now and Thanksgiving. So if you're paid bi-weekly, you're going to have approximately 10 paychecks. The 6th and final step is to divide your total budget by your pay periods. Let's assume it's step 4, when you tallied the cost, you tallied $2,000. And in step 5, we identify 10 paychecks between now and Thanksgiving. Well, it means that we're going to try to save $200 every paycheck between now and Thanksgiving toward Christmas. Now that we've done this and we've mapped it out, the other thing is you can ask yourself, is this realistic? Can you afford to save $200 per paycheck between now and Thanksgiving? And if the answer is yes, great. Now you're on your way towards having a debt-free Christmas. But if the answer is no, then it's an opportunity to adjust. It's an opportunity to go back through your list and identify where you might need to scale back. Are there certain activities you can eliminate or simply reduce the amount that you're going to spend? Do you need to adjust the amount that you're going to spend on adults? Maybe you started with 50, but maybe you adjust that down to 40. And if you have 10 adults, you just saved yourself $100. And so look at, can we afford it? And if we can, great, you're on your way. If you can't, it's an opportunity to start adjusting now. And again, when the emotion doesn't drive your behavior, logic does, reasoning does. You're looking at it, your emotions are even keeled. And so you're looking at it and you're saying, oh, okay, I can't afford to do that. What adjustments do I need to make so that I can afford it? And then you can spend as you go. So as you're saving and you see deals and you have gift ideas and you want to solidify those purchases now, you can. Or you can strategically wait and take advantage of Black Friday deals and Cyber Monday deals so that you're getting the most bang for your buck, and then maybe shop the month between Thanksgiving and Christmas. But could you imagine going into the month of December and your entire Christmas list is done and paid for with money you already had? So it's a debt-free Christmas, and you go into the month of December already prepared. What type of peace would that give you this holiday season? How much more could you enjoy the gatherings, the activities, the festivities, knowing that going into December, it's all paid for, there's no debt, it's all planned out and taken care of. Peace and joy. And it's the season of perpetual peace and joy, right? We celebrate the birth of Christ and the peace and the joy that the season brings. But too often, from a money perspective, we have no peace, we have no joy, and it makes it harder to enjoy that time of year. Imagine how much more you can enjoy the season when the season is planned for properly and taken care of ahead of time. That is what it means to plan now and buy later. Hey there, budgeteers. It's a brand new year, and that means it's time for new habits, starting with your money. Take charge of your finances in 2025 with New Money Habits Financial Coaching. This isn't your typical financial advice. New Money Habits is all about giving you the knowledge, tools, and support to make confident money moves and build a rock-solid financial foundation. Here's the deal. We're offering a free discovery session to kick off your journey to financial freedom. That's right, no strings attached. In this session, one of our expert coaches will help you to identify your financial goals and create a better plan for your money. We'll help you master your money mindset, sharpen your money management skills, and keep you accountable every step of the way. Make 2025 the year you say goodbye to financial stress and hello to the freedom you've been dreaming about. Schedule your free discovery session today and start creating the new money habits you need to achieve financial freedom. Okay, earlier I mentioned that if you download our tool, the Payday Power Planner Plus, there is a built-in Christmas and holiday planner inside the Payday Power Planner Plus. There's also a travel planner. And so the Christmas planner goes over these 6 steps. It helps you to identify who you're going to buy for, what activities you're going to participate in. Then it helps you to assign a dollar amount to each person and each event. It tallies the whole thing for you. Then you just plug in how many paychecks you have between now and then, and it spits back out to you how much you need to save every paycheck. And then you can start to adjust it if need be. As I mentioned, it also has a travel planner built into it. So if travel is part of your Christmas plans, there are 5 categories that everybody needs to be planning for when it comes to travel. It outlines all 5 categories. It helps you to identify what are the expenses in each one of those categories so that you can actually build a realistic budget. See how each of these planners are building realistic budgets? They're not pie in the sky. They're not just, oh, I think our Christmas budget is going to be $1,000 this year. We'll just make that work. No, you get to be intentional and plan ahead to make it work for you. You can download these on our website at newmoneyhabits.com, but you can also find them over on Patreon. And again, I would encourage you to come and join us on Patreon. Join as a free member to participate in the monthly challenge, this whole Christmas in July monthly challenge. But there are over a dozen coaches that we collaborate with over on Patreon who are bringing you other resources and videos, and there's just a wealth of knowledge being shared there. So check out our paid tiers. Consider becoming a member for as little as $5 a month, but you'll have access to, like I said, a dozen coaches, a ton of resources, and a lot of great information that will help you manage your money with purpose, with intention, and help you to manage your money well. The other great thing about Patreon is it's a growing community. There you have other people just like you who are looking to accomplish similar things. They have similar goals. They are like-minded. And so come and join the conversation that takes place over on Patreon as you reframe in your mind how to even approach Christmas. Remember that the best Christmases are not the ones in which you spent the most money. The best Christmases are the ones in which you've prepared for the most so that you can actually enjoy the gift-giving process, the time spent with family and friends and loved ones, and the time spent doing things that you look forward to doing. And without the headache and without the nightmare that is the post-Christmas regret or mess typically left behind by putting it all on credit cards first and then spending the next month or two or even the tax refund that we receive in February to clean it all up. Let's go into this Christmas not having to clean anything up. Let's go into this Christmas with a solid plan so that we can enjoy the time and we can sit in the peace and the joy of the season without having to clean it up going into the new year. And that's what Christmas in July is all about. The challenge is plan now, buy later, do it when you are not emotionally charged, that your emotions are even keeled, so that the behavior is one of discipline and diligence rather than reactionary and having to clean up a mess that's been made. So let me be the first to tell you Merry Christmas.
That does it for this episode of the New Money Habits Podcast. Remember, if you have any questions, make sure to hit us up on social at New Money Habits and follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Please consider leaving a 5-star rating and review to help us spread this message of hope to people looking for a better plan for their money.